Once upon a time, there was a king who ruled over a vast kingdom. However, the king was careless about his responsibilities and had no regard for the value of time. His only passion was hunting in the jungle. Every morning, he would mount his horse and ride into the forest, spending the entire day chasing animals. Meanwhile, his people suffered, their needs and problems left unattended. The king had a minister who was known for his wisdom and intelligence. The minister observed the king's careless attitude and realized that if things continued this way, the kingdom would eventually fall into ruin. However, he knew that directly advising the king might not work, as the king was too absorbed in his own habits. One day, the minister devised a plan. He made all the arrangements for the king's hunting trip, but ensured that this time, the jungle would hold a different lesson. As usual, the king went into the jungle and began his hunt. The minister accompanied him and kept pointing out different animals, saying, "Your Majesty, look at that magnificent creature." Each time, the king eagerly chased after the animal, but no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't catch a single one. The entire day went by in this manner. Every time the king got close to his prey, it would escape. Frustrated and exhausted, the king returned empty-handed as the sun began to set. The minister then asked, "Your Majesty, do you know what you accomplished today?" The king, annoyed, replied, "Nothing. You kept distracting me with useless pursuits, and I wasted my entire day." The minister smiled and said, "Exactly, Your Majesty. You wasted your day chasing things that led nowhere. And this is what you've been doing every day with your life. Time is the most precious asset we have, yet you spend it on meaningless pursuits. Your duty is not hunting, but taking care of your people and your kingdom. If you continue like this, a day will come when you'll find yourself empty-handed, not just in the jungle, but in life as well." At first, the king was angry, but the minister's words struck a chord in his heart. That night, the king reflected deeply on his life. He realized how much time he had wasted and how it was affecting his people and his kingdom. The next morning, the king summoned the minister and said, "You are right. From today onward, I will dedicate every moment to my people and my kingdom. My time is for those who trust me and depend on me." From that day, the king completely changed his ways. Instead of spending his days in the jungle, he began addressing the needs of his people. He worked tirelessly to improve their lives, solve their problems, and strengthen the kingdom. Slowly but surely, the kingdom began to prosper, and the people grew to love and respect their king even more. Moral of the story: time is the most valuable asset we have. If we waste it on meaningless pursuits, we will eventually find ourselves empty-handed. However, if we use our time wisely and fulfill our responsibilities, we can achieve great success and earn the respect of others.